All right, guys, so now we're going to go over the linear equations and linear systems checkpoint 4, which is milkshakes revisited. So it says, determined to finish her milkshake before Diego. Lynn now drinks her 12-ounce milkshake at a rate of 1/3 an ounce per second. Diego starts his usual 20-ounce milkshake and drinks at a rate, the same rate as before, 2/3 of an ounce per second. Okay, graph the situation. So before I can graph it, I've got to make my equations. So let's talk about Lynn first. Lynn started with a 12-ounce milkshake, and she's drinking at a rate of 12 ounce per second, or 1/3 ounce per second. This per second tells me that this is going to be my slope here. And her starting at 12 ounces tells me that that's going to be my y-intercept. So her equation is going to be y equals, and we know she starts with 12 ounces. And she drinks at 1/3 per second. Now, one thing I want you guys to pay attention to, 1/3 ounce per second. Is she filling it or is she drinking it so it's going away? She's drinking it so it's going away. So it's going to be a negative 1/3 because every 1/3 ounce she drinks, there's less in the whole. So we need to make sure we have that negative sign. So now let's go ahead and graph it, and then we'll move to Diego. So whenever we graph, we always start with the y-intercept, which in this case is 12. So I'm going to put my first point at 12. And then we go to the slope. And her slope is negative 1/3. So that means I'm going down 1 and over 3. One thing I want you guys to pay attention to is your scale. You'll notice that on here it's going by ones. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and so on and so forth. But here it's going by threes. 3, 6, 9, 12. So if I go down 1 and over 3, I'm only moving over actually one line because from 0 to 3 is 3. Okay? So then I go down 1 over 3, 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 and down 1 over 3. So how many seconds did it take her to drink her milkshake? Took her 36 seconds. That's really fast. Okay, bet she's got a brain freeze. I sure would. Okay, so there's Lynn's equation. So now let's move on to Diego. Okay, I'm going to do Diego in green. Okay, Diego started with 20 ounces versus 12, and he drinks at 2/3 ounce per second. So his B is going to be 20, and his slope is going to be 2/3. So just like Lynn, remember his slope is going to be negative because he's not filling his milkshake, he's drinking it. So it's negative 2 over 3x plus how much he started with, which is 20. Okay, so now I can graph it. Remember, we always start with the y-intercept to graph, which is 20. So this is where I'm going to start. And he goes down 2 for every 3 because his slope is negative 2 over 3. So again, I'm going to go down 2, which is going to be to 18, but then from 0 to 3 is just 3. So I'm going to just go over one line because our scales are set to 3. So down 2 over 3, 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 and down 2 over 3. All right. So you should be able to see a crossing point here, right about right here, which is that they both had 4 ounces at 24 seconds. So they both had, at 24 seconds, 4 ounces left. And this is seconds, and this is ounce. But who ended up finishing first? Diego still did. Even though Lynn was set to defeat him, Diego still finished. Okay, first. So moving on to our last question, it says, what does the graph tell you about the situation and how many solutions there were? So the graph tells me, one, that Diego finished the milkshake first. That is a really messy. Sorry, guys. Okay, Diego finished first, but there's one solution because at 24 seconds, they both have 4 ounces left. All right, that concludes checkpoint 4. So go ahead and submit for feedback and finish off by going to checkpoint 5.